Hey, Classic Joey Mac here. A lot of people are going on YouTube right now, and I noticed that a popular topic is Michael Jackson. Obviously, he's passed away. Um, so why am I on here? What am I going to contribute to the love fest or hate fest on YouTube that's going on right now? Well, I thought I'd spend a couple minutes and say, what does Michael Jackson mean to me? Um, I got to be honest with you. This guy, when I was a kid, was the thing. There was nothing bigger than him, and even when you were 5, 6 years old, you knew that. And I remember, I think the first album I ever owned was, the History, his Michael Jackson, history thing, and it's crazy, how big he was, and how even as a kid we knew that. Like now, I mean, maybe the Hannah Montanas because she's on Disney and all that stuff, but back then it wasn't Disney. He was just the greatest entertainer, on the planet, and I loved every song, and I'm not the kind of person that likes something because everyone else likes something. In fact, that's usually the opposite, although I'm not one of those people that hate something because everyone likes it. I like what I like. And I'm older. I don't have to love Michael Jackson or hate Michael Jackson, but the truth is, I love most of his music. I don't love every song, but I do like a lot of, the classics. And there is something to be said of the moonwalk, the appeal, his clothing attire, his beats, his syntho, kind of beats. I mean, it's just there is something to it that's just drawing people in. Even now, now on his upon his death, so many people are either going back to his albums and songs or getting introduced to them all over again or whatnot. And I have to say, when he died, the first thing I did was I popped in my Michael Jackson CDs and cassettes and started listening all over again and going back. I'm not someone that was one of his biggest fans. I'm not going to sit here and act like that. I was a fan, someone that defended him. I don't know what happened. I don't think any of us know what happened. We can all speculate what happened with those kids and all that stuff, but I am someone that strongly separates the music from the person. What he did, his music in the 80s and early 90s and all was great. And if you deny that, that's fine. It's your opinion. But don't hate on him because of what he allegedly did. Don't hate the music because you think that he raped the kid. I can't prove that. I can't prove that they weren't trying to just get money out of him. I can't prove that he didn't do it either. Here's what I know. I like a lot of his music, and that's all I care about. I don't have to see his face. He's not in bed with me when I'm listening to Thriller or Beat It or anything else. So, what are you gonna do? I mean, that's the problem today, is that people can't get past, who the man is. I look at his music. I look at when I was a kid. I was introduced to it, and here I am, 24 years, later. I still love his music. So, there's no question in my mind that Thriller was the greatest album. But what are you gonna do? So, I'm glad to see that a lot of people are coming to his aid, supporting, his legacy. I am disappointed in so many people just absolutely hating on the man, even today. His legacy in recent years has turned into a fiasco. It's almost a joke. And I think sometimes people forget what he was like 10, 15, 20 years ago. It's kind of odd. So, Michael Jackson to me means good times in my past, great music, just you know, it definitely represents the '80s, but you know, some of his songs are just absolute classics. So, got Thriller in the background here. You know, one of the greatest videos. I still, to this day, no question. And they just don't make stuff like that anymore. They really don't. And I was very upset when he died. Um, it's not often that an artist or anyone's death really affects me in any way. And I'm not going to sit here and say I was depressed, but certainly it's one that stopped everything, kind of thing. It wasn't like 9/11 where I remember where I was at, you know, or whatever. But certainly if you grow up with someone like Michael Jackson, and, you know, Michael Jackson's a household name. You know, there's not too many people in the world that don't know who this man is. And for him to die, that was one of our generation's big deaths. You know, we could sit here and talk about, you know, Ed McMahon and all these other, no question that, you know, those were huge deaths. I mean, I like that. But for anyone that's my age, you know, mid to late 20s, early 30s, you know, maybe even late 30s, 40s, this is Michael Jackson. You know, Michael Jackson and Madonna were, you know, the king and queen of the 80s, you know, pop era. I mean, it's this one hit hard. This one, you know, hit us all hard. And you're never going to see an entertainer like that again. Those days are done. So, thought I'd just share what Michael Jackson meant to me, and if anyone cares. But, you know, that's that. So this is Joe McDonald, signing off. Whoa, Michael. Alright, later.